a division called Trenchtown West, where from 1944 has never been won by the People's National Party, Trenchtown West. 30 years the JLP held that division in the KCC. And in 1974, comrades like D.K. Duncan tried to discourage her from damaging her political career to go and run in that division. And the decision was taken, and she decided to run in the KCC division called Trenchtown West. That was never won by the PNP for 30 years. And she won the division and became a KCC council for the Trenchtown division for the first time for the People's National Party. 2 years after, a PNP candidate was needed for Southwest St. Andrew. 2 years after, comrades. And again, this young woman, Comrade Portia Simpson Millers, was selected to run in the strongest JLP constituency in Jamaica. A safe seat for the JLP. And she took up the challenge. And in 1976, when the votes were counted, she became the Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Andrew. And she has held that constituency for 32 years without anybody being able to challenge her successfully. And if you hold a constituency for 32 years, there must be some reason why the people there love you so much, why you have remained there for 32 years. In 1978, comrades, she became the first woman vice president of the People's National Party. And she held that position as the only woman president of the People's National Party until the 25th of February 2006, when she became the president of the People's National Party. In 1980, when the PNP was demolished in the election by the JLP, she was one of the 9 PNP members of Parliament in 1980. Among those members of Parliament, if you will remember, were D.K. Duncan, Dudley Thompson, Terry Gillette, Tony Spalding, Seymour Mulling, Horace Clark, Portia herself, and Michael Manley. One of 9 in 1980. And she struggled with the party until 1983, when we decided that we were not going to contest the election. And for 6 years, comrade, she spent the time being one of the main campaigners to get the party back in a position where it could form the government again. For 6 years. And in 1989, when the People's National Party, in a landslide victory under Michael Joshua Manley again, in 1989, she was the only woman cabinet minister appointed in the cabinet in 1989. And I had the pleasure to be a part of that, so I know what I'm talking about in terms of her contribution. And she became the Minister of Labour, Social Security and Sport. And when she went into that ministry, the National Insurance Fund was $1.5 billion. And when she went to the cabinet and put her case and got the cabinet to approve what she wanted to do. The National Insurance Fund moved from 1.5 billion to 21 billion Jamaican dollars. That is an achievement. And throughout the terms of Comrade Danny Buchanan and Comrade Horace Daly, that fund moved to $44 billion. And last year, when we lost the election, the National Insurance Fund stood at 51 billion Jamaican dollars. That is a solid achievement for the poor and the pensioners in this country by Comrade Portia Simpson Millers. Many of you remember that when the workers for overseas, the apple pickers and the orange pickers and the cane cutters and the farm workers, all of you know about them. They used to go to the corner of North Street and East Street, coming in from the country, and morning time they had to be holding a fresh at a little pipe outside. They didn't have any place where they could have a little fresh and brush their teeth and wash their face in privacy. And when Comrade Simpson Millers saw what was happening to the poor people who were coming in to try to get a job overseas, she was responsible for creating the Center for Overseas Employment, where men and women can now go, have a room, change their clothes, have their shower. And I know that Comrade Buchanan was a part of finishing that program because she had the people at heart. And comrades, on the 25th of February 2006, we elected our comrade president to be president of the People's National Party. What has she done while she's now being challenged? What has she done? What has she not done? She has to remain the president of the People's National Party. And in March 2006, we have never seen the crowd that we saw at King's House when she was inaugurated as the Prime Minister of this country. There has never been such a massive turnout from all over the island to welcome and cheer Comrade Portia Simpson Millers as the first woman Prime Minister of Jamaica. Well, comrades, there are those that have a lot to say, and there are those that are challenging. But I know that we are going to put hands on hearts together again. I know that we are going to penetrate again. I know that they are not going to be successful in this by-election because they want to buy out the election. That is what they are planning to do. And comrades are going to come to you with money. They're going to promise you cell phone. They're going to promise you house. They're going to promise you land. They're going to promise you car to vote for them. You are not going to sell out Comrade Portia Simpson Millers of the PNP. You are not possible. And comrades, she will be here with us shortly for us to continue this program. And in the meantime,